Being in the national semifinals or in Frisco.
I think it's a pandemic going around the country. Now, before I say that, I'm a big believer in this transfer portal, but you have to kind of dial in on what these kids' intentions are. Like, why are you making that decision? So I really chalk it up to bad advice, right? It's your parents, it's your uncle, it's your coaches that you've had in the past that are like, yeah, man, go level up. I mean, that's just a crappy way to go about it. With the 7-5 San Jose Spartan record, really give you the satisfaction you're looking for? I think that's the question that kids have to answer themselves. And currently they're answering it incorrectly.
It's Primetime Sports, weeknights from 6:30 to 8 on WDAY Radio.
Weather and Ag in Focus on WDAY Radio.
Sometimes I'll start a sentence, and I don't even know where it's going. I just hope I find it along the way.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
Wait.
Everybody calm down!
Say, did any of you children see the alien spaceship last night?
Hidden power, secrets, cover-ups, corruption. You think you know the whole story? Think again.
If you have a windmill anywhere near your house, congratulations. It's like a graveyard for birds. And they say the noise causes cancer. You told me that one, okay?
Oh my God!
Welcome to Weather and Ag in Focus. I'm Chief Meteorologist Dean Wysocki, along with Meteorologist Justin Storm and our wonderful, talented Ag Director, Bridgette Readel. Want to thank you for joining us at 1:07 in the afternoon. 72 windy degrees out there with, wow, plenty of sunshine. A little BS, we call it. Bonus sunshine today. We're expecting a little bit more in the way of cloud cover, but we got a little more in the way of sunshine today, and that's going to help boost those temperatures up. I think it's warm today. Even warmer weather on tap for the weekend. We'll cover that a little bit later, so... A lot of stuff going on this weekend, and sure, some harvests starting this weekend as well. And wow, Mother Nature really going to cooperate. It's going to be a beauty this weekend.
Sure, looking
no
like
doubt
it.
About it.
Bridgette, how are you doing? We can't play our Where is Bridgette today because it looks like you're at your home office.
I am today. I thought about just going out and driving and parking by a field on purpose just so we could play that game. But so far, so good. I'm still right here. I will be heading over to Findlay later. So if that gives you something to look forward to, there you go.
You could have went out and parked in the driveway and you wouldn't have to gone so far.
Yeah, that too.
It's true. But because I live in like 1987, my phone signal isn't that good out there.
Oh, okay.
So
grab some tinfoil and boost it.
Right.
Well,
I have to borrow that from all of your hats.
Yeah, we got a little extra that we could spare. It's a free-for-all Thursday today. We got lots of fun things on the show. We'll have some fun, maybe do a little giveaway. Lots of ag topics to go over today, a few from the other day to pick up on. Let's see, a few of those topics that we'll be hitting throughout the course of this afternoon is many cow herds are on the rise, coughing canines, and why cover a silage pile? Also, we got one from yesterday, the highest powered Steiger release. We'll be hitting on that one. And guys, I don't know if we touched on our combining process for our Here We Grow series yesterday either or not. So we had about 5 or 6 things to cover, as well as looks at the forecast. And, of course, any questions or comments that you as the listener has, give us a call on the Red Wing Shoes phone line. That's 701-293-9000. Emails to the studio are weather@flagfamily.com as well as ag@flagfamily.com. Facebook or YouTube live comment boxes. You can also find us over there on Acres TV. Just a lot of fun things going on. So what do you guys want to start off with today? Because kind of got a lot of things to cover, and I don't really know where to start.
Well, who doesn't love talking about Steigers and giant horsepower? How about that one?
We can start with that one.
Okay, so right now, Steiger, which Case IH owns the Steiger brand, they are coming out with the highest horsepower tractor that they've ever built. This Steiger is the 715 quad track. It's powered by a new industrial engine, and it has a peak horsepower of 778. I'm not sure what's a good way to rate horsepower, except if you had 778 horses pulling anything, that seems like it's a lot. So the case mentions that this was built from farmer feedback. They have asked folks what they needed, and farmers clearly said that they wanted more horsepower to improve their productivity in the field. So, for instance, this can help them save fuel while doing more per acre. You may have customers who, like in California, they measure their productivity in acres covered by the minute. So they want to be much more productive by pulling, say, a 13 shank ripper, a deep river, another 2 miles an hour faster, or pulling it at the same speed, but being able to pull it deeper. So this is a pretty cool deal. They also have something on it called AccuTurn and AccuTurn Pro, and it's one push of the button. It's so close to autonomy. Before, you had to be the operator in the cab that turned on the end rows of the field or on the headlands. Now it can do it for you. So we're getting one step closer all the time to those being able to operate themselves. Pretty neat tractor.
That sounds really cool. We'll have to try and find some photos of that. You said it was 778 horsepower?
That's its peak. Yep. So it's going to provide 715 engine rated horsepower. So that's why it's the number, the Case Steiger Quadtrac 715.
All right. So I got a question then. And listeners, you can chime in too if you got any feedback or want to share what you're running. But of tractors of that size, or maybe if you want to put them in a tiered level system, what are average tractors equivalent to its size running for horsepower? I mean, how much more horsepower does this thing have than, say, its competitor or other tractors that are similar to it?
You know, that's an excellent question to start. I think that'd be good to hear from those who are actually operating those tractors, because I'm not going to have a good feeling for what that might be, but I'd be curious. You know, folks that are tractor aficionados, they'll know all this stuff right off the top of their head. They do smart work and know exactly what's going on in the field. Now, we know that we have Steiger collectors that are very passionate about their machines. And then you've got the Big Bud tractor, which the Big Bud's claim to fame is that farmers can work on it themselves. All you have to do is essentially flip up the hood. You can pull out the engine compartment. You can easily get to the transmission. It's easily repaired high horsepower. But I had a farmer from down by Beardsford, South Dakota last week tell me he had a Steiger that the cab got damaged. So he put a Big Bud cab on a Steiger. And apparently it just caused all sorts of upset in the neighborhood. That's a thing you're not supposed to do.
Yeah, so if you want to share what your tractor is running for horsepower, or maybe tractors of that size of this new Steiger. I mean, how big is this tractor? I mean, I got to imagine it's a pretty big beast.
Well, it's good sized, and if it's a quad track, that in itself tells you a little bit about the size of it. So it's pretty massive. I don't know that one has rolled off the assembly line yet, because they just announced the unveiling of it. So the other question I would have is, how soon will it be produced? Hopefully in Fargo, because a lot of the Steiger quad tracks are already produced in the Fargo plant.
Right.
So maybe we'll see one right north of Main Avenue.
That'd be super cool. We'd have to go check it out. Program phone number again, Red Wing Shoes phone line, 701-293-9000 for those that want to chime in if you didn't get the phone number earlier. I just want to know what, I guess, tractors of that size run at. I mean, I play them on my games, but it's been a while since I've actually looked at the specifics on the tractor. I think they were around 500 horsepower, 600 horsepower, I want to say, but I can't quite
There's some big
remember.
ones.
What's your car run, Dean? Your little tiny Hot Wheels Jeep.
What does it run?
Yeah.
How many horsepower?
Sure.
Well, let's see. I've got a goat pulling it.
Okay, goat power.
6-cylinder underneath. I've got some nitrous in the back. So when all that's going, thanks to the goat, about 400 horsepower.
Right on. Right on. Yeah. My little tiny little Volkswagen has got 180.
It's not bad.
That little car that stomped your Jeep like a month or two ago.
Well, that's because I don't have the goat pulling me.
Well, that is part of the reason why.
We're gonna be giving.
I didn't realize you guys were racing for pink slips in the parking lot when I'm not there.
We raced and we got out of my car. Of course, we're on the track, folks. Don't at me in my email box right now. We get out. He's like, man, that little car's got some get up and go. Like, yeah, it's pretty light. 180 in a light car is like 350 in a big car.
That's true. That's true.
Well, since we don't have a guest today, Bridgette, we thought that we would do a little weather trivia, give away one of our productive alternative rain gauges. If you can't win one of these, go onto their website. They're pretty reasonable, and
they're a heavy duty.
It's a heavy duty
quality rain gauge.
They're nice.
Yeah, so that's Productive Alternatives. They are out of Fergus Falls, Minnesota, and they put together some sturdy equipment. And these things, again, you can leave these out in the winter. Normally you can't, but these you can. They're that sturdy and heavy of a plastic. So we got to take a quick break here, and then hear from our sponsors and Ag Network. And when we come back, we will give you that weather trivia question. This might be a curveball. This one might take a while for somebody to get. So get your fingers ready to dial 701-293-9000. After the break, we'll be right back.
Livestock's higher, most contracts by triple digits. For the American Ag Network, I'm Richard Risvet with this market update. The live cattle complex is back to trading higher as traders find the market's downturn endured earlier this week enough for the time being. No more cash cattle trade has developed, but it's likely that more will pop up in small increments here and there before the week's end. So far this week, southern live cattle have traded for 183, which is steady with last week's weighted average, and northern dressed cattle have traded for mostly 290 to 292. That is $1 to $2 lower than last week. Asking prices for cattle left on show list remain at 183 plus in the south and 292 plus in the north. This afternoon, be on the lookout for today's actual slaughter data as last week's steer prices jumped 9 pounds from the week before. Beef net sales of 17,700 metric tons for 23 were up 29% from the previous week and 42% from the prior 4-week average. Three biggest buyers were Japan, South Korea, and China. Box beef prices are mixed. Choice up 53 and select down 29 with a movement of 70 loads. And after feeling the market's pressure throughout the earlier part of the week, the feeder cattle contracts are now back to trading higher as traders believe the downside endured has been enough at this point as well. Thankfully, the market still cites with tremendous fundamental support, which is helping alleviate some of the technical, economic, and political pressures that do continue to loom over the marketplace. We'll get a look at the livestock numbers. This is the American Ag Network.
In today's troubled world, our USA Armed Forces stand ready to protect you, your family, and our American way of life. When veterans return to civilian life, they deserve your recognition and support. You can help put vets to work by donating your car, truck, or van to Patriotic Hearts. Your donation will directly support programs to help vets find jobs or even start their own business. Donate today for fast, free pickup of your vehicle, running or not. Operators are standing by to answer questions about making a tax-deductible vehicle donation. Find out how you can make a difference in the life of a United States veteran. Call 800-209-6416 for 24-hour response. Call 800-209-6416. 800-209-6416. That's 800-209-6416.
Let's get a look at the livestock numbers. Live cattle October up 140 at 186.30. December up 205 at 190.22. February up 205 at 194.45. And the April live cattle, they're up 167 at 197.15. Feeders September up 80 at 252.32. October up 227 at 254.52. Lean hogs October up 122 at 83.35. December up 247 at 75.25. And the February lean hogs, they're up 207 at 78.35. With crude oil trading down about $2 at just under $92 a barrel. For the American Ag Network, I'm Richard Ristvet.
Weather and Ag in Focus on WDAY Radio.
And welcome back to Weather and Ag in Focus. Thanks for rejoining us. It is 1:20 on this Thursday afternoon. A quick check on your currents. Out there here in Fargo, it is 72 degrees. A southeast wind at 23, gusting to 37 miles an hour. Your dew point is at 58 degrees. So not quite on the humid side, but a little up there in terms of at least starting to be able to notice the humidity out there. And we'll have another full check on the forecast coming up here throughout the show. Again, phone numbers of the program to join in on the conversations and the fun and all the shenanigans. 701-293-9000, emails weather or ag at flagfamily.com. And before we get to trivia, yes, I'm talking to you. Put the phone down. We're not doing trivia right now. Why don't we hit one of our ag topics here and see if we can get into another conversation on this. I like that Steiger one. I'm still waiting for someone to tell me what a big tractor normally runs at, or at least a good-sized tractor will run on. But why don't we hit on these mini cow herds that are on the rise? What's going on with this, and why is it mini herds? Is it like herds of 5, or are these like miniature cows that people are raising? Because Dean probably wants to get his hands on 1 or 2 of those little tiny cows.
These are cows that could double as lap dogs, from what I can see.
No way. They're teacup cows, really.
So these are a Highlander breed. This story comes from a family in Montana. They're not only raising the Highlander cows, but they are crossing them with a Chandro bull. And so they like the genetics with them. They are the short, long-haired cows. They have horns, so they look like a miniature longhorn situation. And these cows, when I say mini, well, they can be 36 to 42 inches tall. And then there are micro mini, where they are under 36 inches tall for the calves. So again, they're like a dog, but I don't think they're as well trained just to stay off the couch.
See that, Dean? You don't got to get a big old cow. You can get one of these micro cows to keep your lawn mowed.
I like the goat.
Screw the annoying goat, man. That thing tries to headbutt me every time I walk in the door.
He spits at you, too.
Yeah, and I don't appreciate it, so I spit back at it.
The only downside with goats, they climb. They get on top of stuff. These
I saw
cows,
it on top of
they're
his
just
Jeep
pretty
one
content.
time. That thing left some nasty dents up there.
I strapped him on last time.
Just a couple of tie downs. And you know what?
Right on the hood.
If you tie down a goat and you use those yellow tie straps, just don't forget, like any regular trucker, Dean, you got to snap the strap and say that'll hold. So that's the official marker.
Like
that it's going to be fine. That's going to hold.
What's the meme with the used car salesman where they slap the hood of the car and what do they say?
I don't know.
She's a Butte Clark.
I gotta find it.
Yeah, that might be it.
I gotta find it.
Oh, man.
Okay, while you're looking for that, we want folks to remember that the big deals auction is going on right now, and there's a quilt. I have an interest in this one because it's highlighted by the Farmer's Prayer. And if you look at it on our website, you're going to see all the different pieces of the Farmer's Prayer in block print. There's also some beautiful quilt designs. And above all, this is a great value that's going on our website. So make sure you go take a look at that for all of you who are farm focused, or even if you just like the idea of a great quilt.
And Bridgette, can we touch on, because if this is what I'm thinking of, and I don't know, we'll let you talk about it, but coughing canines was one of the subjects we're going to hit tonight.
Does this have anything to do with kennel cough?
It is known as kennel cough, and its real name is canine infectious respiratory disease. Ooh. But you're right, we all know it as kennel cough. So when I was trying to do this story earlier this morning on one of our shows, I actually got something in my throat and started to cough, so I guess it's catchy.
Oh.
But maybe not. I don't even have a dog. So this is going to be a virus that passes from dog to dog, and they do so, again, as a respiratory virus. A lot of times folks get their animals vaccinated, especially if they're going to be going to the groomer or to the kennel where this can occur. Generally, this is a virus that will pass within about 10 days. If you notice that your dog has a secondary bacterial infection or a fever, then it's time to look for antibiotics. But generally speaking, it's something that'll pass.
It is, but I'm going to expand on that, Bridgette, because I've had 2 friends that have lost their dogs recently because of kennel cough. Yeah,
bad.
It's and it's that virus itself, from what we understand, and this was about a month ago, and maybe that's improved since now. It was really running rampant here in the FM area. So get your dogs vaccinated for this. Again,
vaccinated.
Yeah, I mean, it spreads quickly, and if you don't catch it in time, it can kill your pet. So,
well, absolutely, and it's a virus, so very similar to what can happen in humans when a virus runs rampant, and so we do want to make sure that we protect our very best friends and our pets. And as Alex Taylor would tell us, we are pet parents, so we should take care of them. But I don't have a dog. Maybe I should think about that mini cow and try to avoid the whole kennel cough thing.
Yeah, completely. So, and unlike a bacterial infection, you can't just take antibiotics, it goes away. I mean, viruses, you kind of have to ride out.
Yes.
You treat the symptoms, but you can't treat the disease.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Oh, what else do we have to cover here? Oh, silage. Silage. Why
we can talk about these stupid car memes I found. I pulled them up. I'm just dying over here reading them.
How about we talk about why we should cover a silage pile first?
Okay, but I'm going to ask you guys, do you know what a silage pile is?
A silage pile?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pile of silage.
Perfect. Okay, that's the answer we needed. Okay, so when corn's still semi-green, farmers can chop the corn, put it in a big old pile. Sometimes that's an above ground pile. Sometimes it's like a pit that's lined with plastic, but oftentimes it's an above ground pile. Then hold on. And then once that pile starts to ferment slightly, you're going to feed that as part of the ration to your cattle. Cattle like it because it has a nice sweet taste to it, and it really adds nutritionally to the ration that you're giving them. Well, there's some research that reminds us that if you don't cover your pile, the top 3 feet of it can actually be lost to rot. So it's important to make sure that when you drive by and you see a plastic covering over a silage pile, why it's there. Mm-hmm. That's what it does, is it prevents that loss. Sometimes you see hay bales that have the plastic wrap around them as well. They look like giant marshmallows at the end of the field. Okay, so you may have chosen to make haylage, where you take your hay at a higher moisture content, so it does the same situation where it ferments inside that bale, or you did it with dry hay and you just want to keep it together more so than just with twine, and you might cover those bales as well. So you can do a lot of different things with that permeable plastic just to make sure that you maintain quality foodstuffs for your livestock.
Wasn't it John Deere? We had an ag topic maybe a half a year ago or so. I think it was John Deere. They came out with some new wrap or something for our hay bales or something like X94, I don't know, some weird little name like airplane that Elon named his kid or something.
So when you wrap up a hay bale, a lot of times you just use a regular twine, right? It can be made of sisal. It can be a number of things. It can be a plastic twine. But there's also different kinds of net wrap, which looks like it's wide instead of just a narrow band of twine. And that wide wrap can be wrapped around the bales. And this was, you're right, it was a new type of net wrap, and it was an add-on feature that John Deere and a couple other manufacturers were putting onto balers as an aftermarket addition because it was an improved wrap. Do you guys remember when we had Dr. Emily Fox, our large animal vet, on, and she said she reached into the stomach of a cow and there was something in there that seemed odd, and she pulled it out and it was a ball of net wrap because cattle are indiscriminate eaters and all of that plastic got balled up in the belly of the cow and she took it out. I don't know. I've seen
Magnet's
Dean
not
eat.
stopping that one.
Dean's a fan of pretzels and popcorn. I think he's not that indiscriminate. Oh, hot sauce.
Hot sauce, too.
Let's not forget.
Favorite. Excuse me. All right, head over to the Red Wing Shoes phone line now. I got John on line 1. John, welcome to the show. I've only got about a minute here before bottom of the break, but what's going on?
There's like 14 chemtrails in the skies today. I don't know why everybody is not out harvesting. You need to harvest now. It's got to be the storm of the century coming.
I don't know about storm of the century.
According to John, what is it? Day after it rains.
After Friday, there's
some
showers
we do have rain in the forecast for tomorrow, John.
Yes, indeed.
That's why I'm thinking we got to move spray day to Monday so that way it rains on like Tuesday and Wednesday when nobody's wanting to do anything outside anyways. But hey, Bridgette, you got a mini cow?
Not yet, but I've always wanted one.
Well, I'm working on one for you. And you know what the really cool part is? It makes filtered milk via reverse osmosis.
So I can skip pasteurization, John? Goodness.
Exactly. It reverse osmosis. I mean, it works for water. Why wouldn't it work for milk?
John might be onto something.
Just make sure to add plenty of vitamin D.
John's always on something.
That's John added to the Wagmaster special. All right, I gotta let you go, John. Thanks for calling. We gotta hit bottom of the hour news when we come back. We got rain gauges to give away. We got
Plural. We just have one.
Well, rain gauge. I got these stupid memes to talk about. We got a bunch of ag topics, and of course, anything that you want to talk about, anything you want us to look more into. 701-293-9000 is the Red Wing Shoes phone line. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye!
The ayes have it. The ayes always have it with Dr. Tufty at Eyes on 45th. Back to school is on, and Eyes on 45th can get your children an exam to make sure their vision is correct for learning this year. Your children's routine eye exam is so important, so make the appointment soon. Glasses or contact lenses and sports glasses. All in favor say aye to Eyes on 45th. 1801 45th Street South in Fargo.
Hi, this is John from North Star Plumbing and Drain Cleaning. We have a great special during the month of September and October. $100 off water heaters. The coupon is on the website. How old is your water heater? And we are checking those sub pumps for fall too. And another $100 off kitchen and bathroom remodels. People are scheduling now, so give us a call at 701-367-9592 or visit us online at northstarplumbingnd.com. That's North Star Plumbing and Drain Cleaning.
Let the Goose River Bank become your community bank. They believe a strong bank builds strong communities and would be proud to be your bank.
Good afternoon, I'm Tom Tucker, WDAY News First. The second GOP primary debate took place in Simi Valley, California last night, with North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum sharing how he would address the issue of people using guns to commit crimes, including mass shootings.
What we have to do is get back to the core issues about the family. We have to get back to behavioral health and mental health. We've got to get back to actually enforcing the laws these people talked about. And like we've done in North Dakota, where we've got the goal and we're on the track to being the most military-friendly state in the nation.
Burgum says the liberal left is bent on prosecuting law-abiding citizens that are gun owners. Minnesota is joining 20 other states in a lawsuit aiming to support transgender youth. Attorney General Keith Ellison says they're opposing an Indiana law that blocks children and teens access to gender-related surgeries and treatments. This isn't the first lawsuit the state has joined related to medical services for transgender youth. In August, Ellison joined a coalition of 20 attorneys general to oppose similar laws in Tennessee and Kentucky. And the city of West Fargo is temporarily reducing Cheyenne Street to one lane for repairs to a bridge. The lane reduction beginning Monday will take place between Christensen Drive West and 24th Avenue South. Crews expect the lane reduction to end October 9th. Tom Tucker, WDAY, and WDAYRadioNow.com.
The Coffee Club with Janae and Ronnie.
Do you watch Wheel of Fortune every day?
Every evening, yes.
Oh, my.
Yes,
All
I'm
right.
a wheel watcher. Yeah.
Okay. Lions, camels, and elephants.
Oh, my.
I want to go back to the coastline. I don't care about this.
Ronnie, that's tiger, lions, and bears. Oh, my.
I know, right?
We are a lot more smarter, I would say.
A lot more smarter.
Wow.
The Coffee Club, weekdays 8:30 to 11 on WDAY.
Tired of fast food for lunch? Then choose delicious food made fresh every day. Choose O'Kelly's with fresh-made tasty lunches for only $10. And they've added some new menu items like Shrimp Street Tacos and Chips. Enjoy the Pork Belly Street Tacos, the Burrito Bowl, Chicken Caesar, Meatball Sub, Roast Beef Melt, or the Cuban. All sandwiches come with chips, and each sandwich made fresh every day and only $10 any weekday. Now that's a lunch you can sink your teeth into. That's O'Kelly's. Delicious food priced right. I-29 in Maine, in Fargo.
Hi, Teresa here, the owner of the Fargo Red Wing Shoe Store. I want to take a minute and thank you for shopping your local small businesses. By shopping at your local small businesses, you're investing in your community and helping create local jobs. As a small business owner, I am able to choose unique products just for you. I'm a friend, I'm your neighbor. Invest in your community and shop local. Thank you from the Red Wing Shoe Store. Red Wing Shoes for ultimate durability.
This is Weather and Ag in Focus with Bridgette Readel, Justin Storm, and Dean Wysocki.
And welcome to Weather and Ag in Focus. Thanks for joining us. And above all, thank you to our Here We Grow sponsors, Irie Insurance, for all of your insurance needs, whether it's from what's happening at the lake the car in your garage, your house, but most importantly, the farm and your crop insurance. We've had Bethany from Irie help us out to make sure we answer all of our crop insurance questions here. And then secondly, Steffes Group. If you go to steffesgroup.com, you're going to find all of their auctions online or in person. And I strongly recommend going to the in-person ones because I know it takes some time out of your day, but man, they're a lot of fun. You just never know who you'll see and what you'll buy. So go to Steffes Auction to check them out.
I wonder if they have a Fisher Price pig on auction.
Somebody stole my pig and put it on an auction?
Yeah. You still haven't found it, have you there, Bridget?
Haven't found my pig. And I was by our field yesterday. I had to drive that way, and I didn't find my pig. We took a little look and didn't find it.
You see, I was thinking about heading over there after the show here and taking a little walk
Search for
the
it.
countryside.
Little reconnaissance.
We don't have those white sand beaches I can go jogging down, so I just gotta take a walk through a bean field, Make the best with what you got.
Absolutely. Call it a pork march as you're on your way looking for it. So I have a question for you guys. I know we're going to do some weather trivia today.
Right.
Is gully washer a technical term? Because I hear it talked about in the farm community all the time when we get quick downpours, but is that a real word?
It's a word in the weather community.
Okay.
Is it a word in the dictionary? That's a good question. A gully washer, just a lot of heavy rain in a short amount of time.
Oh, a toad choker.
That's what a
that
toad
too.
choker.
A toad choker.
All right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
An intense downpour.
Is that because? All right. If you say a toad choker, is that because the toad can't swim as fast as a frog, so the frog makes it out, but the toad doesn't?
The toad drowns.
Downside for the toad. Sorry, pal. Gonna want to put your water wings on.
I say it all soft and quietly. Bridget just starts laughing. Yeah, the toad drowns. Sorry, buddy.
Sorry, toad.
Sorry, toad.
Dude.
You should have been a frog.
Right. Oh, goodness.
They got a lot of fun, stupid words like that for weather.
Should we do trivia?
Oh,
Okay.
I guess so.
Let's do trivia. All right. Now this is a two-part question. You have to get both parts to win this rain gauge, okay? So, in the month of August, it's a kind of a three-part. What's the strongest tornado to ever hit the United States in the month of August? Now, on top of that, what city or town did it hit, and what famous actress is from there? So the strongest tornado to ever hit the United States in the month of August, what city or town did it hit, and what famous actress is from there? 701-293-9000. You can win one of our beautiful productive alternative rain gauges. Any clue? Justin's looking at me like, how in the world did you come up with that?
That's a whole lot of things.
But these productive alternative rain gauges are well worth it. You got to get all three. The first one's easy.
One answer.
The first one's easy. What's the strongest tornado to ever hit the United States in the month of August? Second, what city or town did it hit? Third, what famous actress is from that city or town?
Okay, so do I get to guess?
You can guess. If you're right, I'm not going to tell you.
I am going to say, just based on current events and so forth, the town is probably Norman, Oklahoma.
Okay.
Someone who was from there. Well, she's not really from there, but she's not far from there, and that'd be Reba McEntire. She's from Wysocki, Oklahoma.
Okay.
And what was the other part that I'm supposed to know?
How strong
was the tornado?
Really strong. That's why it's the worst one recorded.
Yeah, wow.
Well, you're wrong. You're wrong. Sorry, Bridget. All right.
Fine.
Productive alternative rain gauge. What's the strongest tornado to ever hit the United States in the month of August? So EF 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You forgot 0.
Well, that's all right. Anyway.
There's 6.
So, and what city or town did it hit? And what famous actress is from that city or town? And she's well known. And her sister is even more, or her cousin, I should say, is even more well known. There's a hint. Her cousin is
She has a cousin?
Oh, her cousin's beautiful.
But what if there's multiple actresses from said town?
There's not. Trust me.
Only one made it out?
That's it.
What state what is the letter that begins the name of the state?
How about I'll give you the first part. It was an EF5 tornado. The only one to hit the United States in the month of August. What city or town did it hit? And what famous actress is from there?
That was a big one.
Our keyboard warriors are struggling out
They
there.
are struggling. Well, their Google search is going crazy.
Yeah.
You know, every time I start typing in an F, all it brings up is an F-35 because that thing, I don't know, is still missing.
Right.
Somebody asked the Marines.
Hey, welcome to the show. How do your fingers feel?
Okay.
A lot of Google searching on that one.
What's your name? Where are you calling from? And do you got an answer for trivia?
I might have. Well, yes, I'm Linda from Winemere.
Linda, what do you got?
Isaias.
Huh?
Hurricane Isaias.
Oh, no, we're talking about tornado.
No, we're talking about tornado.
Tornado Isaias.
Nope.
Was it named? Okay.
No. It's the strongest tornado in August to hit what town and what actress is from that town?
Okay, is it Evansville?
It is not
Indiana?
Evansville.
No, it is not
Sorry,
Evansville,
Linda.
Indiana.
Try
Thanks, Linda.
again, though.
So, yeah, the strongest tornado to ever hit the United States during the month of August was an EF5. What city or town did it hit, and what famous actress is from there?
There we go.
Well, if we're waiting for callers, little tidbit for you guys. October 6th, 1786, the swollen Susquehanna and Delaware rivers in Pennsylvania were filled with pumpkins that had been washed in from nearby fields.
Oh, no.
And so it was known as the Pumpkin Flood. This was in 1786. The pumpkins are gone, all of
the
them.
Pumpkin Flood of 76.
I bet it wouldn't have washed away that record pumpkin, the gentleman that we had
Bet
on.
not.
Oh, I bet you
I
that thing
think that
still
would've
floats.
Yeah.
Here's a question. Can someone tell me if giant pumpkins float or sink and how you know the answer to that?
Are they carved out and you have an
Bingo.
ore? That I need you to
Bang.
clarify that for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're whole. They are whole pumpkins.
Man, we got a lot of people who are still looking to find the answer.
Yeah, we got some people that
want a rain gauge.
Largest tornado to ever strike the United States in the month of August was an EF5. It struck.
What town?
No, don't say it yet. Don't say it yet.
It struck which city or town, and what famous actress is from there? Should I give a hint?
No, not yet.
No?
No.
We'll give a hint after
Not
the
yet.
break.
Yeah, we'll do that. Come on, folks.
We've got
It's
time
not
for that yet.
hard.
Hey, Justin,
Do you want one
gardening
of these
question
rain
for
gauges?
you.
Yeah, what's up?
Are you going to plant any garlic in your garden?
I was not
did you know
planning
fall,
on it.
Fall is the best time to plant. October and November are supposed to be the time to do it.
And do you harvest it
Now,
in
every
like
time-
next spring, or what? Does it
Yeah,
grow in
yeah,
2
you're-
weeks?
So I've tried this and it's never really worked, but my neighbor plants his garlic, then he mulches a bunch of leaves over it for insulation, and then he said in the spring it grows up and he harvests it when the leaves tip over and he gets great garlic out of that. So
Oh,
I'm hoping
wow.
that works.
Very
But thought I'd
interesting.
pass that along for others.
All right,
Maybe
I'm heading
somebody
back
else will
over
make
to
it
the
work.
phone lines. I got a caller on the line. Hi there. Who's this?
Hey, this is Joe. How are you guys?
Hey, doing well,
Good, Joe.
Joe. What's going on today?
Not a whole lot. Just calling in to give a guess on that tornado question.
All right, let's go.
Shoot.
Okay.
All right. Was it in Colorado?
It was
not
not.
Colorado.
No, it was not.
All right.
Yeah. Thanks, Joe.
Sorry,
Thanks for
Joe.
calling. Thanks
Try
for
again,
listening.
though.
Thanks so much, guys.
All right. You know, we're about ready to go to break.
Tornadoes in Colorado.
I will give a hint. I will give a hint. This city or town. The city or town is very, very near and dear to my heart. This city or town is very near and dear to my heart.
Did you leave your heart in San
Great hint.
Francisco?
Did someone steal your heart
Okay.
in this town
Go
and
to,
never give it back?
How about you look up my bio? Maybe that'll help you out a little bit.
You have a bio?
Okay.
somewhere.
Well, at least he didn't say obituary.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Let's not push it yet, Bridget.
Hey! I got another question for you.
Yeah, go.
Hey! How hot is lightning?
Oh, it's hotter than the sun.
It's hotter than the surface of the sun.
Lightning.
I had no idea until I read that.
Really?
This is like 6 times hotter than the sun's surface.
Oh yeah.
Kaboom.
That's why
Literally,
you don't.
kaboom.
That's why you don't want to get struck by it.
Yeah, it's like
no kidding.
like 53,000 degrees. Yeah, it's that hot.
Yeah.
But it's a dry heat.
Shut up. Shut up. All right, back to the
talk.
Hi there. What's your name? Welcome to the show.
Arden, Valentine, Nebraska.
That's a good guess.
That's a
because
good
I said near and dear to my heart.
Yes.
No, that's not what I meant by near and dear to my heart. But wow, that's a great guess. I like that.
Thanks, Art, and try again.
Oh man, that was a good.
Someone call back. Why'd you hang up? I would have just picked you up there.
Well,
try again. I give you 5 seconds to get back on here.
Well, maybe their answer was Valentine, Nebraska.
You know,
too.
it very well could. But they were like, oh,
they took that hint the wrong way. You took the hint the wrong way. So,
hi, Linda. Do you have another guess?
I do. Plainfield and McCarthy. Melissa McCarthy.
You got it. Yes.
Congrats, Linda.
All right.
That's a lot of Google search. So near and dear to my heart because that's where I grew up. I grew up in Plainfield. Went to Plainfield High School. Melissa McCarthy was 3 years behind me. And if you ask, did I know or no? I wasn't that cool.
So,
really?
number one, I wanted to know if she was as funny then as she is now, and were you a subject of any of her movie characters? But we can talk about that on the break.
Yeah, we can. Linda, stay on hold, and our producer Jacob will get the information that he needs from you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Right,
good guess, Linda. Thanks for listening.
All right, let's
that's
go.
That's a lot of Google searching.
I should have asked her if her keyboard survived.
How did Linda know that? We should have asked Linda. Is she still on?
Yeah, Linda's still here. Can we bring her back in?
Yeah.
Hey, Linda, welcome back.
Linda, we got to ask you, how much Google search did you know, or did you have to go through to get that? I thought that was a real tough one.
I had to, I had the wrong place. So then I had to put in August Tornadoes F5s, which got me to Plainfield.
Okay.
And then I had to figure out who the actress was, and I seen Melissa McCarthy. So I thought, this has to be the one now.
Wow.
Let's be her.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's some good work. Yeah, you deserve it.
You sure do. We worked hard for it.
Linda proved that she does good work, so now we are going to expect her to send us weather reports from her new rain gauge. So thank you, because the Wyndmere area needs your reporting, Linda. Thank you.
I'll do it.
All right.
Right on.
Thanks so much, Linda.
I'll put you back on hold. We're going to head on over and catch something here. I believe it's a word from our sponsors. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Attention all growers and ag retailers. Tired of losing the war against wild oats? It's time to bring in the big guns. Avedex and Fargo herbicides from Gowan, USA. These Group 15 herbicides are your ticket to controlling Group 1 and Group 2 resistant wild oats and suppressing brome and ryegrass. Don't let these weeds invade your field. Take charge. Contact your local ag retailer today and get your hands on Avedex and Fargo. Go. Always read and follow label directions from Gowan, USA.
Our daughter was doing poorly in her last 2 classes of the day until our neighbors suggested it might be her vision. Eyes on 45th fixed that for her.
Academic performance is so tied to good vision. Back to school is on, and Eyes on 45th are taking many appointments for students right now. Get them in and make sure with Dr. Tufty. Eyes on 45th, 1801 45th Street South in Fargo. Get your students' vision checked soon. Eyes on 45th in Fargo.
Pucklet Chevrolet GMC believes you deserve a reliable pre-owned vehicle that fits your needs and budget. Car Bravo at Pucklet Chevrolet GMC gives you an expansive inventory of Car Bravo certified GM and non-GM used vehicles. Confidence and peace of mind come standard as every Car Bravo certified vehicle includes a 126-point inspection and a 6-month or 6,000-mile warranty. Choice, confidence, peace of mind. Feel the used euphoria at PuckletValleyCity.com, North Dakota's Car Bravo headquarters.
The mission of Olivet Lutheran Church in Fargo is to tell the story of Jesus' love for all people without exception. Worship with us Sunday mornings at 8:30 at our traditional service, 10:30 at our contemporary service, or Wednesday evenings at 6 with a dinner before. We offer Sunday and Wednesday school for children pre-K through 5th grade and confirmation for students in grades 6 through 10. For more information, go to oliveit.org. Encounter Jesus, experience grace at Olivet Lutheran Church.
Here's Dr. Daniel Pizarski with Balance Chiropractic and Medical.
What makes our clinic unique is we're incredibly comprehensive, and there's only 500 clinics in the country that do this specific protocol. We get better results than the average clinic across the country if you're doing what you need to be doing, what I'm telling you to do. That's the key. It's an investment, so most people will do what needs to be done.
Call for an appointment today. Balance Chiropractic and Medical, 701-893-7878.
Farmers, when you get stuck in the field, make the call to Oaks Truck and Trailer. Pulling equipment out of the field can be dangerous. Why not leave it to the pros so you don't get hurt and your equipment doesn't get damaged? With 40 years of experience, Oaks Truck and Trailer is trusted far and wide when it comes to large equipment, diagnostics, analytics, and repairing farm equipment. Next time you find yourself stuck in the mud, call Oaks Truck and Trailer. Online at oakstruckandtrailer.com.
I was crossing the street when I met the love of my life. I chased after her. Nothing would stand in my way. Not the dog walker, nor the hot dog vendor. Finally reaching her, I asked, "What do you call that amazing smell?"
It's Gain Flings.
Gain Flings. My love had a name, but more importantly, it had a scent.
Fall in love with Gain Flings. Seriously good scent. Gain Flings with 50% more freshness ingredients versus leading bargain detergent.
3 little words no parent wants to hear.
My tummy hurts.
And it always seems to happen at the worst times. Like in the middle of the morning rush, when you still have homework to check and lunches to pack, and of course, you're already late for work. Luckily, there's Pepto Kids. New Pepto Kids gummies helps relieve occasional stomach upsets, turning those 3 words into these 3 words.
I feel better.
Bad time for stomach upsets? Good time for new Pepto Kids gummies. Fast support for little tummies.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Weather and Ag in Focus on WDAY Radio.
There you go, Steve. You got your daily dose of the Screaming Goat. It's commented on the YouTube page. Thanks for watching. Appreciate that. And everyone out there listening as well. I'm still waiting on an answer to my question, though. I'm going to call out Brad because I know you're listening, Brad. I need you to call me right now, 701-293-9000, and tell me what your tractors run for horsepower. I need to know what these big old tractors run. I still haven't gotten an answer, and I refuse to Google it because I want someone to do it for me.
You want more accuracy.
I want more accuracy. You can't believe everything you read on the internet, can you?
Not supposed to.
You're not supposed to.
Not supposed to.
Like that chemtrail stuff.
Yeah, but that's
no one bit. Come on.
That's different.
Come on. Boo.
Bridgette, we've got a special guest coming on tomorrow.
Okay, so I know that the two of you maybe not remember all of this, but as a kid who grew up in the 80s when we had really the height of the farm crisis was going on, there was a woman who later became our ag commissioner in North Dakota. Her name is Sarah Vogel. Sarah took her very first case as a new lawyer when she went on to sue USDA and FMHA,
really?
The lending administration of USDA. She was based in Fargo. She had clients who couldn't necessarily pay her, so they would pay her in things like pork chops and hamburger.
No way.
It was a regular barter system.
Wow, that's smart. That's actually not a bad deal.
Not bad at all.
They didn't have anything. It was a class action lawsuit. She represented family farms because it was a true economic crisis. We were seeing interest rates in the anywhere from 18 to 21% interest. And it kind of depended on what side you were on for this. Not every banker was thrilled with the work that Sarah Vogel was doing. Farmers were not happy with what was happening at their local FHA offices, which FHA was the lending agency for USDA. And there were a lot of rules and regulations that changed just overnight. And people didn't have a clear path to how they could really keep their farms and manage them well through those trying times. And so Sarah Vogel went on to write a book after she has retired as ag commissioner, and that book is called The Farmer's Lawyer. And we're going to have Sarah on tomorrow with us. She's going to talk about her book. I've had the distinct opportunity to read her book, talk about it in my book club. There was wine involved, but we still talked about the book.
I would hope that there's wine involved.
And then I had a chance to meet Sarah when I was in college, and I really look up to her as someone who decided she was just going to take on what she thought was a problem and try to fix it. Irregardless of politics, she just wanted to try to fix a problem. So
super cool. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, for the two of you, this might be, I don't know if you want to do very much homework. I sent you a couple of links to briefly look at as far as what we may talk about tomorrow, but
we'll catch up on our
things that really happened then.
That was the early 80s, was it not, Bridgette?
It was. That a lot of that started in the late 70s. There were a number of things that happened.
That was when Carter was president.
Some of it started with Carter, but really the peak, if you will, of that was going on when Reagan was in office. He made a decision that he was going to bring down the national debt. Mm-hmm. And one of the ways to do that was eliminating farm debt through lending at FHA. Now, this is a very, very simplified version of the events that happened. And so in some cases, it was just sort of arbitrarily whether or not you were going to get to keep your farm and your lending. And those changes were made because of a lot of what was happening administrative-wise in Washington, D.C. So there was a lot of farmers that no longer were able to farm. That was the same time that the American Ag Movement began, AAM. There was a protest in McAllen, Texas, on a bridge where there was produce and cattle coming in from Mexico that had been sprayed with currently banned pesticides in the U.S. and were being passed off as U.S. produce. And there were 250 farmers that were in that protest at McAllen. They were arrested. There was a riot. It was a pretty wild time in politics and agriculture in the U.S.
Wow, sounds like it's going to be a fun conversation. I'm going to swing back over to the Red Wing Shoes phone line. Got Arden back on the line. Arden, what's going on, man? You got an answer for my question or a comment for us?
I have a good friend of mine who works for a large farmer east of Breckenridge, and he always talks about the tractors that he drives between 550 and 600 horse and up, and those are Caterpillar and John Deere tractors.
Right on. So about 550 to 600, maybe a little more than 600?
Maybe a little more at times.
Right on.
Cool.
Right on. Well, I appreciate the answer, Arden. Do you by chance happen to know, is that like about as big as they get, or is it just kind of the size that they have?
Oh, no, the biggest tractor made was the Big Bud. That had two big diesels on it, 2,000-gallon fuel tanks.
Oh,
it was made out of Montana. And I think there was one down at Bragg Farms for a demonstration. Yeah, it was a huge tractor.
That is insane.
Thank you for those stats, Arden.
Yep,
thanks for knowing
Arden.
those.
That's awesome.
That is super awesome. That's going to wrap it up for the show today. Dean's got a full check on the forecast with the Jay Thomas Show. That'll be starting here in about 6 to 7 minutes, so stay tuned to that. But that's going to wrap it up for us. We appreciate all the phone calls. Linda, our winner. We'll be back tomorrow, 1 to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Again, our guest tomorrow will be Sarah Vogel. So looking forward to that. Everyone have a great rest of the afternoon.
You have all helped support MyPillow and their employees in these tough economic times. Mike Lindell